It's not fabricated. His mama told him. And Wanda wrote an affidavit. The affidavit's been out there all this time, all these years. Now, all of a sudden, it's fabricated? First of all, everybody, this case has been going on since 2000, I want to say 2011. It's been 14 years. 14 years of us pursuing, in the beginning, paternity. And then after that, the damages and all the things that go along with litigating fraud. Let's get that clear, right? There has been no maternity after that. What we're doing right now in California against Mr. Carter, Jay-Z, we are looking for damages, everybody. We're not looking to go back and do any kind of do-over, if you will, of a state court. Let's get that clear, right? This case that we're doing is not about paternity. It is about fraud and fraud upon the court.
The case is about Rymir Carter, who says that Jay-Z is his dad, and things have gotten wild. Honestly, I didn't expect Jay-Z or Beyonce to respond to the claim that Rymir might be Jay-Z's son. But they actually did. Jay-Z revealed that Rymir, who claims to be his secret son, was hit with a court order back in 2022 for filing too many unnecessary lawsuits. He's now asking the court to throw out Rymir's most recent federal lawsuit right away. Based on his response, it looks like Jay-Z thinks Rymir is just after money. Sources say Beyonce agrees. And guess what? It's even being said that they convinced Rymir to take back his case. I'll get into all the details soon. You've probably seen updates about this over the past few weeks, but here's a quick catch-up for anyone who needs it. Recently, Rymir and his godmother, Lily Coley, filed a new case against Jay-Z. The judge told Jay-Z to respond by July 18th. Let me read you the important part of that court order. It says the judge has granted Jay-Z more time to respond to the lawsuit. His deadline is now July 18th, 2025. Lily Coley started the case on May 6th, 2025. Proof that Jay-Z had been officially notified was filed on May 29th, showing the notice was given on May 19th. More proof of notice was filed on June 13th. On June 15th, Lily asked the court to issue a default ruling because Jay-Z hadn't responded. But the court clerk denied that the next day. She tried again on June 16th, and that second request is still waiting on a decision. The order continues, saying Lily claimed in a signed statement on June 16th that she hadn't received any kind of message from Jay-Z or his lawyer. But Jay-Z's lawyer said in her own signed statement that she had emailed Lily several times since June 11th and even shared copies of those emails. She also said she had spoken to Lily by phone about needing more time. Because of these mixed claims, the judge reminded both sides about their responsibilities under court rules. In Jay-Z's request for more time, he said he only found out about the lawsuit on June 3rd. He also said the legal notice might not have been done properly, but he's still choosing to respond just in case. His lawyer also explained she had tried reaching out to Lily to agree on an extension, but got no reply. Since they couldn't agree, Jay-Z formally asked the court to give him until July 18th, 2025. The judge approved that request and made it official. Now, let's get into what started all this. Rymir's mother, Wanda, reportedly had a brief relationship with Jay-Z back in 1992. It happened at Jay-Z's aunt's apartment in Brooklyn after he met her in Philadelphia. They used protection, but it apparently failed. Other than Jay-Z visiting her once 2 weeks later, they never met again. Wanda didn't know how to contact him after that. When Rymir was around 8 years old, Wanda told him she believed Jay-Z was his dad. At first, her boyfriend at the time, Robert Graves, was listed as the father on Rymir's birth certificate. But in 2011, a DNA test proved he wasn't the father, and his name was removed. Wanda told Rymir she had only ever been involved with Jay-Z and Robert. So if Robert wasn't the father, then Jay-Z likely was.
7. My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now. And she been saying, Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling it Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, had my little brother. And I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but this was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. And she continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years. Even so
There have also been claims that Wanda tried to get Jay-Z to take responsibility. She even filed a lawsuit asking for child support, but it was thrown out because it was filed in the wrong state and never refiled. Back then, Jay-Z's lawyer also said he had no interest in getting custody of Rymir. Since that time, Rymir has been pushing for Jay-Z to take a DNA test, but Jay-Z has always refused. The family has been trying to get him to agree for over a decade, but he hasn't budged. One possible reason is that admitting anything would also mean acknowledging Wanda, who was 16 when she had Rymir. This could suggest that Jay-Z had a relationship with someone underage. Wanda's godmother even backed this idea. She said she once got a call from Jay-Z's in-house lawyer, and at first, things seemed like they would be worked out privately. They discussed Rymir's music skills and even whether he might sign to Jay-Z's label. But because Rymir hadn't finished school yet, she declined. Then new lawyers got involved and their whole attitude changed. She believes that once they realized Wanda's age at the time, it became a bigger risk for Jay-Z. Things have been tense between Jay-Z and the family for years. Rymir even tried to take the case to the Supreme Court. However, the Supreme Court said it didn't have the authority to reopen the case or unseal court records. So, Rymir took it to the appellate division of the New Jersey Superior Court. But it hasn't been easy. Jay-Z's lawyers argued that he didn't own or live at any property in New Jersey, so he shouldn't have to take a paternity test there. And so far, Rymir hasn't been able to legally force Jay-Z to do it. Still, the court recently required Jay-Z to respond to the newest complaint. In that response, Jay-Z said he's been dealing with years of harassment from Rymir and his godmother. He claimed that many courts have already looked at and dismissed the same accusations. He hasn't publicly confirmed or denied being Rymir's father. In his statement, Jay-Z said Rymir, his late mother, and godmother have all dragged him to court for years over the same false claim that he's the biological father. His legal team also said that someone else had already been named the legal father during a previous court case. According to them, Rymir's mother named that other man as the father back in 1994, and he was ordered to pay child support. In 2010, the court told her she couldn't wait nearly 2 decades and then suddenly claim someone else, like Jay-Z, was the father, especially when she didn't try to change the original ruling before. Jay-Z's lawyers listed several court orders from the past 15 years that rejected Rymir's claims. They argued that this new case was just a way to get around a court order from 2022. That order, made after the family sued one of Jay-Z's lawyers, says that Rymir and his godmother are not allowed to file any new lawsuits about this issue in New Jersey unless they get the court's permission. Jay-Z wants the case dismissed and says they should pay his legal costs. When Rymir was asked about the 2022 order, he said he didn't know about it and was never officially informed. He also said all the court orders from New Jersey are being reviewed on appeal because they were based on fraud, which he believes was used to block fair legal process and hide Jay-Z's alleged lies. About the claim that someone else was named as his father, Rymir said that man couldn't be his dad because his mother was underage at the time, and he still believes Jay-Z is his biological father. Rymir has insisted many times that he's not doing this for money. In his latest court filing, he said he isn't asking for child support. Instead, he's seeking compensation for emotional pain, damage to his reputation, loss of support, and legal expenses. Remember how Jay-Z's team said he didn't own any property in New Jersey? Rymir shared proof saying otherwise. He posted part of Tina Knowles' book, where she wrote that Jay-Z did have property in New Jersey when all of this started. He also mentioned that Jay-Z has had access to his DNA since 2011, so he should already know if he's the father. Rymir's godmother also responded to Jay-Z's filing. She said the court accepted that the legal papers were properly served and pointed out that this case isn't just about paternity.
I fabricated. His mama told him. And Wanda wrote an affidavit. The affidavit's been out there all this time, all these years. Now, all of a sudden, it's fabricated.
She also mentioned that none of them, neither Ry, Wanda, nor herself, have ever been held in contempt of court, despite the case dragging on for more than 10 years. According to her, there's still a lot of confusion surrounding the legal details. I'm not sure what happened after that, but on July 22nd, Rymir filed a notice to withdraw his case, and when people started asking questions online, all he posted on X was, "Hello, changes were made to my case on July 18th, 2025, around 3:30 p.m. This was done because of updates to the case that we didn't know about. We'll explain soon, but right now it's about my mother." Again, I don't really know what's going on here. Rymir said he would explain everything, so maybe we just need to wait for his side of the story? Now tell me, what do you think about Jay-Z's response to this latest lawsuit and the claim that he's had access to Rymir's DNA since 2012? Do you believe Rymir is only doing this for money? Drop your thoughts in the comments.